Afternoon. I am Judge Phyllis Martinez-Gonzalez. I am the presiding Title 40 judge for Court 44 here in El Paso County. The pleading that is before this court is an original petition and suit affecting the parent-child relationship, AOP. May I have announcements, please?
Demetrius House for the state of Texas, and the state is ready to proceed.
Thank you. Let the record reflect that Mr. Samario Williams is present. He is representing himself in this legal action. And we also have Ms. Priscilla Gamboa. She too is present and representing herself as well. Ms. Gamboa, are you ready to proceed today, ma'am?
Yes.
And Mr. Williams, are you ready to proceed today, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Both of you, please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you provide this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
I do.
Thank you. You can both lower your hands. Let the record reflect all parties have been duly sworn in. Ms. House, are there any agreements or stipulations before we move forward to the contested issues?
Yes, Judge. The parties have agreed that child support will be set at $219.91, and that Mr. Williams will be ordered to pay cash medical support in the amount of $57.
Is this for government assistance or outside source?
It's going to be governmental assistance.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Are the obligations going to begin July 1st?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Any other agreements?
No, that will be all the agreements we have today.
Okay, call your first witness.
Thank you, Judge. The state would like to call Ms. Priscilla Gamboa.
Yes.
Ms. Gamboa, may you state your name for the record, please?
Priscilla Gamboa.
Okay. And you are the mother of Samara?
Yes.
Okay. And who is the father of Samara?
Samario.
And who is the father of Samaria?
Oh, Samario Williams.
Samaria Williams. Thank you. Do you have any issues or concerns with your address and other personal information being in your order today?
Yes, I do want it to remain private just because he has been aggressive towards me in the past, so I do want all that private.
Okay. And when you state that Mr. Williams has been aggressive with you in the past 2 years, can you explain those instances?
Yes, one time he went out and he came back and basically pulled my hair and told me he was gonna beat my face in. He came back under the influence, and I'd rather just have everything private. I wanna keep everything just for my safety.
Mr. Williams, please keep your
Okay.
comments and any kind of noises to yourself.
Okay.
Ms. House.
Thank you, Judge. In the state of Texas, there is a presumption that it is in the best interest of children that parents are appointed joint managing conservators, where parents have equal rights and duties to make decisions. Do you believe that it is in the best interest that you and Mr. Williams be appointed joint managing conservators?
No,
And why not?
just because basically when he basically abandoned Samara, she doesn't know him. We have given him the opportunity to at least call her every Sunday. He has not done so. He has not helped with her at all. She doesn't know him at all. He has had charges in the past, DUI, rape charge. I do want some type of visitation, just so at least she can, because I do strongly believe that, dads do have to be in light to their children, but she doesn't know him. At least, keep some type of consistency with her. She's young, let her gain that relationship, and then we can go forward from there. But for now, she doesn't know him at all.
Hold on, Mr. Williams. Wait 1 second. Continue, Ms. House.
Yes, Judge. Let's see. Okay, so likely in the state of Texas, there is a presumption that non-custodial parents do you have some unsupervised visits with the child pursuant to a standard possession order? Do you think that is in your child's best interest?
No.
And why not?
I believe it'd be best for supervised visitations, or I strongly believe that it'd be best for him to at least keep up with the consistency of the calls, as we have been trying to do for him to do since December, and he hasn't done so every Sunday. And then she gets the FaceTimes, gets to know him. Then we move on to supervised visitations. Then we can maybe move on to if it's consistent. But right now, she's 3. She's seen him when she was a baby.
Okay. And Ms. Gamboa, are you requesting retroactive support?
Yes.
Has Mr. Williams provided you any support prior to the temporary orders?
No.
Judge, I'll pass this witness.
Mr. Williams, do you have any questions of this witness?
Yes, ma'am. I would like for her to prove and provide that I've never been charged with any rape. I have had a DUI in the past, but also Miss Priscilla has a past as well, where she's it might be still on probation in the court in El Paso County right now. I have never had no criminal record other than a DUI.
But do you have a question? I'll give you an opportunity to make a
Yes.
statement, but do you
Yes,
have a
the
question for the witness?
Yes, the question do I have? I mean, like, when have I ever been aggressive towards Miss Priscilla? That's
Hold
not my
on, let her
character.
answer. Hold on. Ms. Gamboa, please answer the question.
When you pulled my hair and said you were gonna be my facing?
When I ever beat you, Priscilla? I don't even attack women.
You said it.
Oh, Lord.
You pulled when Tony had called you and told you, and you woke me up from my sleep, pulled my hair, and said you were gonna be my reason. I've dealt with domestic violence before. I do not want that in my life.
That's what you're gonna agree and tell the court, that I attacked you when your previous baby daddy, the one you showed me pictures of, beat your butt. I never attacked any woman I went with. Never. I don't even argue.
Mr. Williams, do you have another question?
No, I just have one more question. Yes. Why would she keep my child away from me when she said that Samara doesn't know me, upon we came upon an agreement for Mother's Day, for the Mother's Day weekend, the baby's hollering, that's my dad. That's my dad. She knows who I am. That's Miss Gamboa with her crap to keep the child away from me. But Samara definitely knows who her dad is.
What is your question?
I just want to know why why we just can't come to an agreement on.
Okay, Ms. Gamboa, let her answer. Ms. Gamboa.
Yeah, so that day I had to work till 4. I agreed because he was in town. I agreed to meet him in a public spot.
And we did.
But do I continue?
Answer the question. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we met at the Dairy Queen. I told him I would be there. Let me just shower her. He said he basically was gonna wait. He didn't wait. I showed up. He was not there. He literally said, I'm gonna you guys have to wait for me now. She has not seen him in 3 years. I'm not gonna have my daughter waiting in a car for you. If we agreed, when I finished showering her, I would contact you and we'd be at the public spot. And he wasn't there. It's already been 3 years. There's been it's not even about trying to keep him from her or anything like that. They've given him the opportunity to call every Sunday for 10 minutes. He's called 4 times since December.
Mr. Williams, do you have any other questions? If you can unmute yourself, please, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to say that is a lie. I let her pick the spot where we can meet at, and she picked the spot. I came to that spot. I waited till she got upon me, waiting till she get out of work at 4 o'clock.
Okay, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Ms. House, call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. State would like to call Mr. Samario Williams.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Williams, do you have any concerns with your address or other personal information being in your order today?
Yes, I don't want to know where Priscilla lives. I wouldn't dare pop up at her address and get myself in trouble. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. So only thing I'm just concerned
That you're
about
not responsive.
is my
Ms.
child.
Payne, hold
I
on.
don't need to
Mr.
know where she's
Williams,
still.
stop. Ms. House?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Williams, my question was about your address. Do you have any issues with your address being disclosed in your order today?
What about my address?
Would you like it to be in your order or not?
No, it don't need it need to be private as well. Hers is, mine need to be too.
Do you have any concerns about violence from Mrs. Gamboa?
About what?
Violence with Ms. Gamboa?
I mean, for its violence, they can check my court records. I don't have a violent record. She has a violent criminal past. I don't.
Thank you.
They can pull my records.
Thank you, Ms.
I'm nonviolent.
In the state of Texas, there is a presumption that it is in the best interest of the children that joint managing conservators of their children. Do you believe that being joint managing conservators will be in the best interest of your child?
That what? Can you repeat that, man?
Yes, sir. That being joint managing conservators, do you believe that that is in the best interest of your child? Having the equal duties to make decisions and get information for the child.
That both parents should make decisions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Thank you. There's likely a presumption in the state of Texas that non-custodial parents have unsupervised visits with a child pursuant to standard possession order, where the non-custodial parent will have first, third, fifth weekends of the month and alternating holidays. Do you believe that is in your child's best interest?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Thank you.
That unsupervised visit, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then, yeah, I agree with that because I don't need supervised visit.
Okay. Have you given Ms. Gamboa any support for the child's prior to the temporary orders that was signed?
I have, ma'am, and I was sending gifts and clothes, all kinds of stuff for Samara faithfully, monthly, especially during the holidays since she's been born, since I left from out there. So Ms. Gamboa is telling a lie on that, and I have information proving that I have sent that. I was sending boxes of stuff to her in the mail. Even asked Priscilla what sizes she wear. Upon Priscilla had me order double stuff when me and my friend would order stuff and send it to her. And for the baby, Miss Gamboa wouldn't go pick it up. And it became to be an issue, so I stopped doing it.
Okay, Mr. Williams, how much would you say you provided to Ms. Gamboa since the child's birth?
Since the child's birth, I done provided at least over $3,000 to Ms. Gamboa. Maybe more than that, because I got proof of that. I've been paying Ms. Gamboa rent. I would send her money to pay her rent. She would never pay it. She would take the money off me, and when I make it home, she still questioning me to pay her rent when I done sent her the money to pay her rent. Okay, I've got several transactions on my bank account, Cash App, and Apple Pay where I don't send Ms. Gamboa money.
Okay. Stay, rest, and close.
Ms. Gamboa, do you have questions of this witness?
I don't have questions, and I can't say statements, right?
I will give everybody an opportunity once we have the final remarks from the state. Ms. House?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. The state requesting that the court makes orders on conservatorship, assets, and possession as the court deems the best interest of the child after hearing all the testimony. That the court make appropriate rulings on non-disclosure of the party's address. That the court order Mr. Williams pay retroactive support beginning July 1st, 2025 in the amount of $4,239.19 with a judgment as of December 31st, 2024 to be paid $75 monthly in court costs as billed.
So that's $75 on to what I have to pay?
Well, hold on one second. Mr. Williams, is there anything you would like to address the court at this time?
I'm just trying to understand the retroactive pay, why I'm being billed with that when I actually was doing my part from day one.
Well, that's the state. The state doesn't represent anybody. So they're just, this is what they want. So now I want to know what you want.
I just want a fair hearing. That's all I want. I just want fair hearing and fair visitation. Now I'm not
Okay,
asking for
so
nothing.
let's start with that. Let's start with access and possession visitation. What kind of visitation do you want to see moving forward?
I would like to be where I can see my child unsupervised because I'm not a criminal, ma'am. I wouldn't be, that ain't my character, no kind of way.
So unsupervised, do you want to pick her up and drop her off? And if so, where?
That's fine. Miss Gamboa could be along with her. That is fine. Long as I just want it, if it's no more than 5 minutes, man. That's all I ask for.
Now, do you reside in the same county of Miss Gamboa?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay. And do you reside over 100 miles away from her?
I do.
Okay. So let's talk about realistic visitation. What are you willing to do so that you can see your daughter on a regular basis and establish that relationship with her?
Ma'am, I would do this again. I would go out my way to try. I'm accepting this pennies on a dollar job now. And I took that to try to see my child because I haven't seen her since she was like 7 months old, 7, 8 months old.
So you want to see her once a month, once every other week? What do you want to see?
I would like to, I would like to spend as much time as possible. I would say every week, but of course that's not going to happen. So I would say, yeah, that's going to be difficult. I would say at least once a month. I could try to make that arrange.
Well, we're going to put this in an order form. So, every month you've got the first week, the second week, the third week, sometimes the fourth and fifth week. So the way an order can read is that every first Saturday or every second Saturday, or you can do first and third Saturday, but if you want to do once a week, I would suggest first, second, or third, and then pick a day so that everybody's on notice about when they're expecting you to be there.
Okay. I would, we can do like starting, could this like subject to change if the progress get better with?
I want it to gradually move so that when she's old enough, you can pick her up for a vacation, you can go travel, you can visit, you can do whatever you need to, and then you return her back when she needs to come back to mom.
Yes, ma'am. That's cool.
So let's start with once a month.
That'll work.
Okay. What day once a month? Is it the first weekend, second weekend, third weekend? And what day, if a weekend is better?
I would choose a weekend that would work better.
So Saturday? So you can drive in on Friday, pick her up on Saturday, spend all day with her?
Yes, ma'am. That'll work.
Okay. So which weekend? The first weekend, second weekend, or third weekend?
We can do at least this second weekend.
Okay. So if I were to say the second Saturday, from what time to what time? Remember, it's gonna move.
Yeah.
What time do you want to pick her up on Saturday? And what time do you want to drop her off on Saturday?
I can pick her up if I can get there. If I'm making it to town Friday night, I can pick her up not too early in the morning because I know she probably like at least by noon, and I can have her back home that same day, Saturday. I wouldn't, I just wanted a few hours or 2 minutes with it.
Okay, so you're saying like what, 12 to 4?
Yeah, that's fine.
Lunch, maybe go
Yeah,
shopping?
yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. That's fine.
All righty. So let's think about your daughter for a moment. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say you're doing that regularly, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
getting to see her, and I'm still going to in place that you call her every week, just so she,
Yeah,
that might happen, that might not happen. Life happens, but
yeah.
let's say you're going to do that. Then at some point, when she's old enough, you get the opportunity to pick her up and take her for the weekend, right? Or to have her spend the night the first time. Okay. How
Yeah.
old do you think would be a good time or a good age for her for you to actually have an overnight visit?
Well, actually, Samara knows me now, and I have my own place, and I have little cousins around her age, so that she needs to meet. And as soon as you can make that agreement where it won't be no interference between the mom. So whenever you see that I'm progressing towards that, then we can move forward with it because she needs to know her family.
And is your family also in the El Paso area?
No, that my family is in Louisiana.
Okay, so this would be enough time where she knows you so that she feels comfortable for you to travel with her.
Right.
Understood. Okay. All righty. So that was one big issue. Let's talk about the money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and I presume, Ms. House, that this money judgment doesn't include any credits, correct?
No credits. I haven't had any
Okay.
credits.
So, Mr. Williams, that's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
judgment that the state is asking this court to consider without any credit. So now let's talk about credit.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of monies did you provide Ms. Gamboa? What kind of necessary items did you provide Ms. Gamboa for your daughter?
For my daughter, since day one, I provided Priscilla with housing.
Okay,
Priscilla had
stop there. How much was housing per month?
housing per month was $700 at the time at the apartment that we was living at.
For how long?
I stayed over there at least 6 months.
Okay, after that?
After that, I still helped Priscilla. She would call me. I would send her money.
How much?
Okay. I was sending. I sent Priscilla at least $200 to $500.
And how
It,
did you give this money to her? Cash
I
App?
would I would use Cash App, Apple Pay.
And how often did you do that?
I would do this weekly to the
Okay.
point where I would even have money to eat without over the road.
Okay. Now, during this time period that you were giving money to Miss Gamboa, were you together or did you stop living together?
We was together. We was together, and we was together when I
Okay,
was sending her money.
so you were together. Were you
And
living together?
I was living there,
Okay,
but most of the time I would be gone over the road working.
understood. So, when was the last time you stopped living together as a family?
We stopped living together as a family was Samara was like 6, 7 months old, something like that.
Okay. When was Samara born again?
February 2nd, 2022.
Okay. So if you're saying you said what, 6 to 8 months?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was maybe October of 2022?
Yeah.
That when you stopped living together.
October 2022. No, I actually stayed there. No, I stayed there longer than that.
Christmas time?
Yeah, I think, yeah, her first Christmas. No, I was gone. I wasn't there around the first Christmas. I'm not gonna lie. No, I wasn't there.
Okay. So maybe around Thanksgiving, November, that
Yeah,
last month?
something like
Okay.
that. Yep.
So now let's talk about that date. Let's stay focused on the date that you no longer live together as a family
Mm-hmm.
up until the point that we had a temporary order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that time frame. Was there any monies given to Miss Gamboa by you?
It sure was. I
Okay,
still was able to. I still was sending Miss Gamboa money,
okay,
and it got to a point I stopped sending her money and I started just doing for the child.
Okay,
Like,
so let's talk because I need to know kind of money. I need to know dollar amounts.
oh,
So from December to the beginning of the temporary order, just money to Miss Gamboa, how much total?
how much total from December to the temporary order? I may have given Priscilla at least $3,500.
Okay. So you also said that you provided for your daughter.
Yes, I have.
What did you provide your daughter? Not money now. What
No,
did you
not
provide your
money.
daughter? Yeah. So
What
what did you provide?
I provided cases of diapers,
Okay.
wipes, clothing, and gifts. And I was doing this here monthly.
Okay. And how did you get these items delivered to Miss Gamboa?
I would have her go pick up US Postal. I would have her go pick up Target and Walmart.
Okay. Anything else regarding that judgment that we were looking at and credit that you're asking this court to consider?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Gamboa, you heard
Yeah.
some of the recommendations provided by the Attorney General's office. Did you agree or disagree with those recommendations?
I disagree.
You disagree. Okay, so now it's your opportunity to tell the court, because remember, dad represents himself, the state represents the state, so now you represent yourself. What is it that you're asking this court to do?
I'm asking the court to have him show some type of consistency when it comes down to at least the calls, the FaceTime calls. That's going to show they've given him since December. He's only called her 4 times. Since she's been 3, he's probably called her, I want to say, another 4 times. He has not reached out to her. It was, Priscilla, who are you with? Priscilla, what are you doing? It was never the baby. It was never her concern. It was never been about her. She doesn't know him. No matter what he says, she does not know him. We've never lived together to that point where I thought we lived together. He had a whole other, he had a whole other family in Mississippi. I didn't know of. When I was 8 months pregnant, the girl called me. He has 8 kids all over. He's been doing this. I didn't even know what was going on. The fact that he's saying that he supported her, I was abandoned. I was literally abandoned the day I had Samara. I tried to give him so many shots over and over and over. It never
Stop
got done.
that, Priscilla.
Hold on,
It was
Mr.
never,
Williams, let her talk.
it was never about Samara. When he's saying he was consistent, I wish he would have been consistent because I would have never had to ask general assistance to help me. I would have never had to ask. It was his selfish ways. He needed somewhere to stay when he would go between Mississippi to California. So that's where he would pay that because it was beneficial to him. When he's saying that he would give gifts, yeah, the girl that he was living with was the one that the gifts were from her. The Walmart receipt was from her. It literally says Amber Hall on the receipt when I would go pick it up. And I appreciated that she did that for my child, but that wasn't from him. That was her checking in on my child. She checked in more for my child more than he did. When he says that he was provided, those were not he didn't provide, those were gifts. And if it was beneficial that he had to stay with me, he'd pay the rent there. And since then, Samara doesn't know him. I believe that even the 4,000, they should calculate the 219 that they're asking for the next 3 years, because that's where I've been providing for my daughter. I've been the one taking her to a doctor. I've been the one taking her daycare. I have my daycare letters. The one that does her hair when he disappeared and thought that was okay. But he's done this to everybody. So his visitations,
So,
I
Ms.
believe.
Gamboa, let me ask you a few questions. Okay.
Yes.
I can't make anybody be a parent, right?
Yes.
All we can do is give people opportunities to rise to the
Yes.
occasion to be a parent, right? Okay. So you've testified earlier that you would like to see Mr. Williams be part of your daughter's life, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if I understood correctly, you would like to see Mr. Williams participate in the upbringing.
Under supervision, yes. But until there's some kind of consistency.
But according to whom? To you?
No, in the court. Like if they give him, for example, since December, where he had those calls that he's only called her 4 times since December. I know stuff happens, but 4 times since December? And what about the other years that he's never checked in? So just give her those consistencies where he's calling in, showing the record, even the visitations. If he can come and see her under visitation, show some type of pattern, then let her have that relationship with him where her safety still
So has
is still
Has
valid.
Mr. Williams ever put Samara in danger?
Never.
Hold, I'm not talking to you, Mr. Williams. Miss Gamboa, has Mr. Williams ever put your daughter in danger?
He's never been around her alone.
Ever.
Ever. Ever.
Okay. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Last word from the state.
Nothing further from the state.
All righty. So, based on the testimony and evidence before this court, I am going to follow the recommendations and the agreements that were placed on the record here today, and that will now become the order of this court. With regards to Samara, I'm going to appoint both parents to be joint managing conservators. However, mom will be primary. There will be no geographic restriction. I am going to grant visitation every second Saturday from 12 to 4. What's a good public location for drop off and pickup, Miss Gamboa?
The police station.
Which one?
The one on Dyer.
Do you have the address?
I can get it for you.
Okay. After 6, I'm going to have, no, we'll just do that. After 6 successful periods of possession from 12 to 4, that's 6 months, right? And if your dad does this every month, it's 6 months. Then it will be every Saturday from 12 p.m. Actually, I'm going to make that a little bit earlier. After 6 periods of possession, then it will be another 6 periods of possession every Saturday from 10 a.m. to Sunday at 10 a.m. After a full year, then it will be the standard possession order. With regards to the retroactive child support, also the non-disclosure will be denied. Parties are to use the Close app, co-parenting app, 4239.1. I will give a credit of $3,000, leaving a judgment for $1,239.19 in order that Mr. Williams pay off that judgment at a rate of $50 per month. Court costs will be assessed to Mr. Williams. Was there anything else regarding the issues, Ms. House?
No, Judge.
Okay, then that will conclude this hearing. You do have the right to appeal my decision. Once I sign the order, you have 3 days from the date that I signed the order to file what is called a de novo appeal, and that will conclude the hearing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.